How's it going, everybody? Landon here with TBS. Excited about this edition of the Truck Boss Show. Honored to be next to Travis, an awesome owner-operator. Travis, thank you for your time.
You bet.
Absolutely, man. I know. Don't worry about this. It's going to be a lot of fun. Travis, before we get started about your beautiful truck here and your first time here at GBATS, tell us a little bit about how you got into trucking and why you love trucking.
Well, I basically came from a family of trucks. A couple uncles of mine, as I was a kid, grew up working in the shop, hanging out with them, and slowly learned how to maintain trucks. You know, I had the little job as a kid in the shop. It all started with sweeping the floors, and then it became greasing trucks, and it just progressed from there.
One step at a time.
And at 12, they said, well, you're going to learn to move them. And
at 12?
I had a love for trucks.
I have a 12-year-old, and I didn't say that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something I grew up with. And
right.
I'll tell you what, anybody that's involved or does get involved in trucks, once this is in your blood, it never goes away.
Done deal.
So it's been a long time. You know, I don't know anything else.
Right. I got to ask, what was the first time you got into the truck and drove the truck? Can you remember what that truck was?
I was probably 15 years old, and my uncles would have the trucks fueled up every weekend, a couple blocks from the shop. And the first truck in particular, I don't remember, may have been like an 87 International.
Oh, wow.
And on a Saturday morning, I would drive them to the feed mill and top the tanks off every day.
Stick shifts and everything.
Everything. Yeah, I mean, it was only a couple gears to go a couple blocks, but, you know, we got there. And
at 15, that's a big deal.
Absolutely.
Most 15-year-olds are just trying to figure out getting their permits, and you're here driving a big rig.
Exactly. My first real driving experience, I guess I was probably about 17 years old. I knew I had a job when I turned 18 and got out of high school.
Yeah.
And being that my birthday is late in the summer, I wasn't able to get my license right off the bat. So I had to wait till August before I could actually get my CDL.
Right.
So I rode along with a few guys over the summer when I got out of high school, and I was driving their truck going down the road. Didn't have a license, but I was riding along.
Nobody needs to know that. I mean, he didn't have a license. No big deal. He worked out just fine.
That's how I learned.
That's a big deal.
They put you behind the seat. It's the only way to learn. I mean, so you can read books about it, but that don't teach you nothing.
No, I mean, you got to get some experience, get on the road, get behind the driving wheel.
Absolutely.
So let's fast forward a little bit.
Okay.
So you now own your own business. You're an OTR. You drive around the nation.
Yep.
Do a lot of West Coast, like you're talking, Midwest, that kind of thing?
All over, yeah. All
absolutely.
48 states. I've been in the majority of all of them. Obviously, I can't quite get to Hawaii with the truck, but I've been around.
Not quite. I mean, there may be a bridge to Hawaii one day, but not anytime soon, I don't think.
I'd be looking forward to it.
It depends. Maybe Amazon figures that out or something, and
there you go.
You go that far.
Absolutely.
But, so tell me about today. I mean, you got this beautiful rig behind us. You got an incredible load, which is a military truck.
It's a unique load. I feel kind of privileged when it comes to where you can haul something like this. The military have family that have served in the military, and I respect that a lot.
Right.
So it's kind of a special load. But I do quite a bit. I've been driving for over 20 years. A lot of flatbed experience, oversized. Have done reefers, trailers, and everything in between.
That's right.
I've hauled cattle as well. This is my fourth truck of mine, and I drove for quite a few people in between. You don't just go out and buy a truck and start young.
Right.
So it's a long road. You know, you don't just jump into it and have it.
Right.
You know?
So I mean, in that with 4 trucks, getting into the industry. Who are some of the people that inspired you? Do you have some mentors that you can look back on, or somebody that you would say, man, if it wasn't for that person, I wouldn't be where I am today?
Well, I would say it all started with my uncles that got this in my blood. I'm grateful for that. But I've worked with quite a few people throughout the years that have taught me a lot and made me who I am, and in particular as I am. It comes natural, but it's something I've learned from quite a few people. My grandpa drill for quite a few years.
That's awesome.
And now he looks up to me. Like he still appreciates the truck a lot.
Right.
And
well, he's pretty proud of his grandson.
Yeah, he admires what I have probably more than I do.
That's awesome.
And it's great.
That's awesome.
So it's been tradition.
That's good. Can't do it without that family. It's obvious that you have that deep family root that has really brought you where you're at today.
You know, some people look at it just as a job. To me, it's life. You know.
So tell me a little bit about your normal week. Are you gone every week? How long are you on the road?
Typically gone every week. I'm fortunate enough for the most part to be home on the weekends. From time to time, I may have to sacrifice a weekend, but I typically work Monday through Friday.
That's awesome.
And I'm fortunate enough to be home and spend time with the family. So
yeah.
It's a great gig. I know there's quite a few guys out here that aren't that fortunate, which is too bad. But it's every situation starts out
different. You know, some guys love being out on the road 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks at a time.
Very much so. I like what I do.
It's different. I mean, we've got thousands of people here, hundreds of trucks, at least almost 1,000 trucks here.
It's amazing.
So the stories are different.
Yeah,
and your story is unique.
This is my first time here at GBATS. I'm overwhelmed the amount of trucks that are here, and from all different places of the country. It seems like I've met new people. I've learned a few new things.
That's awesome.
It's impressive. That's what it's all about coming in a truck show.
Shifting gears to the GBATS experience, I know this is your first time here, like you just said. What do you enjoy most about being here?
I think it's the camaraderie with fellow drivers.
Yeah.
You know, getting to hear their stories, finding out what they do, where they come from, maybe learning tricks of what they did with their truck compared to what you did to yours. You know? And that's how you learn things. And I think it's great.
That's huge. That's huge. So we've got a beautiful truck behind us, and let's shift gears. Let's talk about this big rig of yours. Tell us about the year, and I mean, this is gorgeous. I don't know if Nikki she's going to take a look at this real quick, but tell us about the year, the model, the work that you've done.
It's a brand new 2018 Peterbilt 389. It's got a 300-inch wheelbase. It's got the new X15 Cummins. It's a 565 horsepower, 18 speed, 336 rear ends in it. It's something that it come over time of preference, and that's how I had it done up. There's obviously a lot of extras after that takes a lot of time to make it what it is. But
yeah, these pipes are beautiful. I mean, it's just stands out. I can imagine it just stands out on the road. It's gorgeous, and I can see the incredible military vehicle in the back. Just an awesome flatbed. Are you doing mainly flatbed now?
I have 2 trailers. Well, actually, I just sold one. I had a 48-foot Conestoga. I do a lot of machinery, specialized machines that need to be covered from the weather in transit, so that trailer would have been enclosed to keep everything out of the weather versus tarping on an open trailer. I do a lot of machinery, specialized.
Right. Did you do any custom work inside the cabin?
Not quite yet. Baby steps with that.
Baby steps.
It takes a while to get that done. I'm not overly wealthy, so it takes time.
One step at a time. It's a big deal.
Like being a kid and saving up your piggy bank and then going out and splurging a little bit. So that's where it becomes.
That's it. Well, we've had the privilege of meeting your beautiful wife as well.
Yes.
What does she mean to the business?
She's helped out quite a bit. With owning any business, large or small, there's a lot of behind the scenes when it comes to paperwork, permits, licensing, all that kind of stuff. And for me to be on the road all the time, it's very advantageous for me to have somebody at home to be able to take care of that.
Right.
So that's where she helps out quite a bit.
Of course.
But from time to time, I do get her in the shop as well, and she does help out.
A little bit, and sometimes on the road. Just depends on the mood, maybe the week.
That's right. That's right.
Well, Travis, thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
Incredible time together. Thank you for your time here.
Appreciate
Beautiful rig. Congrats on the business.
Thank you very much.
And we hope you have a great time this rest of the year and also here at GBATS.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you on the next Truck Boss Show.